Welcome to the rookie lap, my darling, from Darlington, the lady in black. Would you wear black?
Heck yeah.
Black is.
I wore black, dressed up in black Saturday.
The lady in the black dress.
My lady was in black. Does that count?
I think it counts. That was an appropriate thing.
That's why we did it.
Is it really the track too tough to tame? Because it seems like somebody wins every time they go there.
Somebody tames it, but it's never the same person. That's not true. It's happened several times.
It was almost the same person today.
I don't want to talk about that.
I don't either.
What week was it, Connor?
It was Brad week, believe it or not. It really was. And it still is Brad week because the official results haven't come out yet. The official results haven't come out yet. I am determined it's Brad week.
So you're saying when they bust Reddick for traction control, he's going to get the win?
That's exactly what's going to happen.
Because the internet's loaded up with that.
It's what happened.
All these stupid conspiracy theories.
It's not a conspiracy.
Yeah, I'm just reading the internet.
Are we just going to dive into this now? Or
the internet's always right.
Well, what else is there to talk about?
I don't know. I just didn't know if you had a
man
softer
of the
thing
hour,
to
the
work
man of the week, month, year.
Okay. Well, then let's talk about it. Tyler Reddick had
Jimmy Johnson, right?
Yeah, he's gonna be the man of the decade. You just wait.
No, because Tyler Reddick had traction control on his car.
Couldn't even do a burnout.
He couldn't do a burnout.
10 times. I noticed it myself too, though. He was having a heck of a time doing a burnout.
Everybody
He
saw
was
it.
tired.
Oh.
He couldn't reach the pedal.
Oh.
Is that what you're saying?
His extension broke?
Yeah.
Leg extension?
What they call that cartoon? The Go-Go Gadget? Whatever.
Inspector Gadget?
Yeah.
Yeah, he ran out of that.
He ran out of Inspector Gadget.
Well, his leg probably grew up from being so hot in the car all day.
Yeah.
He had muscle cramps.
Dried it like a grape.
Huh? Oh, he had muscle cramps. I can't take the pedal.
What? Something happened. I'm telling you. You don't run into a car like that like you do. But now I know in these cars, they're harder to break than the other ones. But when they break, they break. You don't run into Busher like that, mess up your front end, and still get a 6-second lead on the leader.
Well, he had newer tires than the other guys by 2 or 3
By
laps.
like
4 laps, I don't know.
That doesn't add up. Come on. Come on.
So the math ain't mathing?
The math ain't math. And I have never been particularly good at math, but I got good enough to get a C, which hasn't got me a degree yet, but it will. And, you know, math ain't mathing.
All right, so you weren't here to watch the race with us today, Austin. You were over there beaching.
Yeah, I listened to it on the beach, kicked back in the
Me
chair.
and Connor were watching together. Just we never got your view through the day. You tell us what you think.
I mean, it sounded overall like a good race. I think the hype of being the craziest, most difficult, hardest race of the whole NASCAR history and beyond was a little exaggerated, but I do think it was a good race. I thought Brad had it. Thought Bubba got a bad end of the deal. Whatever happened there.
That would be his team
just
owner.
had problems,
Yeah.
didn't it?
Yeah, he's the one kind of caused that to happen.
Yeah, second time in the last. I mean, if you want to go back to Kansas, well, it's been about 10 races or so. Denny done took care of him. But
I don't know.
yeah, I thought it was a decent race. I enjoyed it.
Well, the race overall was decent. I will say that I think that this race had a problem that several others do, even with this heightened package, which is you get one person out front, they get a 4 or 5 second lead, and then you just cannot catch them. You can have all the action going on in the back, but the leader, he gone until you get a stage break or something. And
The thing I found curious was the tires had so much fall off, and that's good and all, and people were making passes throughout the day or whatever, but why did it take so long on that? What was that costing? About 7 laps after stage 3 started. 6 guys stayed out on tires. That's when Bush got the lead. Everybody else pits from 7th on back. And it took them forever to come back through them 6 cars on old tires.
So they realistically had 3 laps on their tires under green.
yeah, pretty much.
So I don't know the answer to the question. That's
I don't know.
that's pretty much it, I guess. Is that they had 3 laps and that wasn't enough to be a problem apparently.
Yeah, I feel like all I've heard is.
But yeah, they were saying the guy that came in 3 or 4 laps later than the other guys, he's gonna catch him in a few seconds.
Yeah, and I swear that I actually do remember drivers saying that, like, by the third lap, your tires, they're gone. They're just starting to wear down. But I don't know. Maybe they were able to cool them back down under caution and all that. And cleaner air and all that stuff. I don't know. I just expected them to come through way faster than they did. And I mean, some of those guys that got new tires towards the back never even got to them. They just stabilized out or whatever. Equalized. But
Yeah.
my takeaway, 23-11-1. My RFK.
I don't think they finished tech yet, have they?
Yeah, we don't know for sure yet.
I would imagine they
I mean,
have. It's been a few hours.
Nobody's
all the
updated
theorists-
it yet.
all the
Look at
conspiracy
Bob's
theorists
page.
online-
Bob always posts when tech's been clear.
All the conspiracy theorists online say that he won't pass tech today.
Bob Hawkers.
Let's see if Bob has given the official word. What did Bob say?
I'm about to say something that's going to get me fined like Daniel Dye. Tech is complete, no issues. Tyler Reddick is the winner. And I still don't believe it. I don't believe it. Stevie Wonder was checking the cars today.
And they're going to take Hendrick and Husqvarna to R&D.
So they're not going to take the car that
Been the most dominant this year.
they're not going to take the car to R&D that
Well,
somehow
they don't
manages to get a
choose-
6-second lead on the
They
leader.
don't want another lawsuit.
The cars, if I remember right, the cars that they take back are by random draw.
Yeah, I'm just adding fuel to the fire.
Yeah, I don't think Connor knows that though.
I didn't know that, but I still think it's stupid. I mean, come on. There's fault in that car, I'm telling you.
All right, I'll give you this.
It's stupid.
I've read in, I want to say I read Bill Elliott's book a long time ago, and if I remember right, he said that NASCAR very clearly does say every once in a while, hey, this guy, we need to let him win a race, we got to get him to win a race, whatever. So there's evidence from people in the sport and whatever that races have been fixed and set up and whatever, so it wouldn't be the first time that it's happened.
I just don't see why it would be Reddick. Especially not over Bubba, who doesn't have a win yet. That doesn't make any sense for me.
Well, he was close to having one
I don't know,
a
several
couple
times.
times. But, yeah, I
I
mean,
just don't believe it. I really don't.
Where's the tinfoil hats?
I don't need no tinfoil hats because this is a real thing. This ain't no.
I do know the burnout looked like crap. Or the attempted burnout looked like crap.
And I've seen him do a burnout before. He can do one.
Yeah.
There's something going on with that car. I don't care what Bob Parker says or what NASCAR says. I
Well,
don't believe it.
what's the other side of that coin? It ain't cheating until you get caught, right?
There
So
you go.
Which is true.
maybe they ain't catching it.
Which is true. I don't like it.
It don't
Because
bother
this was
me.
Brad week. It bothers me. It was
How
Brad
about that
week.
points lead now? He's almost
it's
100
Brad
points
week.
over second. He's almost 100 points over second and 120 back to third. He's almost 2 races ahead of third place.
Yeah.
I mean, Reddick, he's probably doing this so that about a couple months down the road when he gets tired from all the driving in all these hot cars without cool suits, he can just say, all right, boys, I'm going to stay home this weekend and watch SpongeBob with my kids. I can afford it. With this new system, I don't got to come out here. What I need to do, we got this.
I know why they let him win. I got it. I just thought about it. It was St. Patrick's Day week. You gotta let the leprechaun win St. Patrick's Day week.
Yeah.
Oh, give me my little win at the end of the rainbow. Oh, my little pot of gold. Oh, and I'm gonna have people coming after
So what
me,
you're
but I
trying to
don't
say is
care.
we're not going to invite Tyler Reddick to be on the podcast.
I don't hate. There's no hate toward Reddick himself. I just think his team cheated. I think his team
Okay,
cheated.
okay.
Not him.
Let's get very honest right here. Yes or no question. Do you believe that... Okay, I'm going to make this 2 questions. Do you think that team is cheating? Connor?
Yes.
Frank?
Oh, it's in my head for
No,
sure
you
after
wanna say
seeing
it.
the burnout.
You wanna say it.
All right, I'll go with yes on that one. Do you think NASCAR is letting it happen or they're not finding it?
Oh, if he's cheating, they're letting him let it
I
happen.
think that they have let some things slip under the radar. Now, I will give it, maybe they have figured something that they don't see, but
I mean,
I
they
think they
build
let
dang near
one of
every
these-
piece on that car. They know what should be there and what shouldn't.
I think Atlanta, they might have let something slip.
Well,
Unless Elon's developed something for him, and he's way smarter than all the rest of them, so he might have developed something for traction
yeah, I
control.
mean, if
And
Elon
maybe-
ever decides he wants to start a NASCAR team, they might as well just pack their bags.
That's,
He
that-
can't
that's,
do that.
that's always a big debate about traction control and how you can control it and this and that, but it's just real odd that the burnout was what it was.
Well, I remember theories about Reddick having traction control when he was winning at Coda in the 8 car a few years ago. So that's not the first time I've heard that. With
And
him.
then again, they used to say that about Jimmy Johnson pretty regular too, so.
And actually,
Burnout looked weird though.
did y'all? I don't know. Did they talk about it on TV? They said that Reddick was having a very stiff brake pedal issue the whole race.
Yep.
He was having that,
Yeah.
alternator issues, cool suit issues. I mean,
Yeah, and the other ones were people saying he threw a heavier battery in on the left side to give him more left side weight when they
they
changed
did
the
make a
battery.
comment about that battery being significantly larger.
Well,
I don't know how
There's
much
a whole
they-
lot of fuel for the fire there just to keep the theorist.
well, I'm gonna say that I don't think NASCAR is setting this up because it would they really set it up to be this obvious?
Maybe, I don't know. Get people talking, doesn't it?
Who else gets to look at the car? It's not, it's not like Hendricks can go in there and look at his car after the race.
You know? It's not like Kenny Wallace gets an insider look at what everybody's engine bay and gearbox and all looks
Yeah, I
like.
mean, there's nobody else that has that opportunity.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, do you really think they'd set up something this obvious and
No.
not think people would question it?
But like I say, maybe that's the point. People are talking. We're talking about it. Maybe that's their whole point.
I don't think so. Because there's also, I truly do believe, I mean, go back to this race 1 year ago. Who was leading when the last caution came out for the green light checkered? If you don't remember, it was Reddick. Go back to the 2 years ago. Who put Busher in the wall when he was going to win the race? When Brad won? It was Reddick, because he was going for the lead then. He's been good at Darlington. This is not a new concept.
What you saying? He's been
Yeah,
cheating for several years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you don't come from where he came from and then still managed to get a 6 second. Whether or not you say Brad just forgot how to drive or whatever, I just don't believe it. None of the other cars managed to do something like that today. Even Hocevar climbing up couldn't climb that far up. I don't think he would have gotten past 5th if there were 10 more laps left. It's just something about it. It's just off to me.
Congratulations on the win today.
Yeah.
It's no hate to
You got
Reddick
it.
himself. There's no hate to Reddick. I think he's a cool dude.
And that's the other
It's
thing.
just-
There is so much hate for Reddick dominating like this. I don't like people getting upset by that because you want dominance in the sport and you want NASCAR to let these guys go out here and do this and winner take all, whatever, no gimmicks. But then somebody goes out and dominates and you complain about it. You can't pick and choose. It's one or the other.
I mean, I think he earned Daytona. Making that move and getting Hurts to push him and all
You
that.
can call it earned. He got through
I know.
2 huge
Yeah,
wrecks.
Daytona's a luck race. We all know that.
But Atlanta, I still think that one was fishy because you win a whole drafting track, without one of your front fenders. That one's kind of whatever.
Yeah, that's
It's
and
no
those-
hate on
I mean,
him,
I'm
it's
not.
just-
the arrow wasn't what it should be, but they
Yeah.
had 10,000 excuses for that too. Well, you see, the air goes like this, and since there's not a fender, there's an imaginary buffer there that keeps it from slamming back into the firewall.
Yeah.
Those, especially at Echo Park, I will entertain the argument. But Darlington and Coda, I will not, because I already just said all the times he's been up front here in the last 2 years. And Coda, like I just said, he won there in the 8 car a few years ago. He's been one of the best road course guys there is. Shane didn't win there last year, so it's not new that he didn't win at Coda. I mean, he did what he had to do. So, I'm going to assume and say that they just got it going right now. Momentum builds. People say that's a real thing, some don't, but
All right, so
Team's
the
rolling.
next question behind that is, do you want to be on top of the world at the beginning of the season, or?
You can stretch out your points lead right now.
Yeah, I understand that.
can,
but
but-
usually guys that start off like a ball of fire, it kind of peters out, and
just like you said,
I know
a
Bell
week or
did it.
two ago, we see these guys fire off like this and then they disappear.
Like
Yeah.
Bell did it, I know.
Yeah. The only guy
We'll see.
that's I've seen make a consistent run through the whole year like this recently that I can think of, Denny won 2 in a row at the beginning of last year, and we had him going throughout the whole year. He was a threat the whole time. And Larson back in the old car in 21 or whatever when he won 10 races was every week.
Better car.
Besides those two, I mean, I can't. I mean, maybe Blaney. Blaney was fast all year last year. They just couldn't close it. But besides that, I feel like a lot of guys, you're either hot in the beginning, middle, or end. You cannot sustain it the entire year.
Let's talk about Blaney. I want to talk about Blaney. I want to talk about
Let's talk
Blaney's
about
crew.
Penske.
Well, we can talk about Penske, but I really
Yeah,
want to talk
yeah.
about Blaney's crew. I mean, there's not much talk about Penske. I mean,
What happened there?
Yes,
They-
there is.
Joey, yeah, there's there to say Joey was in the back.
What did they do? Give Joey Denny's Atlanta car?
Yeah.
But
He got the. I'm telling you, he got the Kyle Busch RCR treatment this week.
he sucked it up bad.
Maybe him and Kyle can commiserate and be friends over that
I
now.
sucked just as bad as you do.
Yeah, just like that Ricky comment a few years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd put it that far, but
All right, we'll go on
Horrible
Blaney.
for a Penske car.
I want to talk about Blaney.
Go ahead.
Why is Blaney still having problems with his wheel? It's really not a Blaney problem. It's a Blaney crew problem. It's a Blaney wheelman problem.
Yeah, I think it sounds like one left wheel man because it's been the same. They didn't say whether it was the front or rear this time on the radio.
I'm just. How do you have this happen across multiple races? Hadn't it been multiple races in a row? Wasn't it? Hadn't it been 3 races in a row or
Oh
2
no,
races?
2 at Phoenix and 1 here.
Okay. Well, still, you get multiple ones in one race and then one here.
And they've all been on the left side.
Exactly. I
One-
think. How do you keep letting this happen? You know, I understand. You know, mess up once, it happens. It happens. But it still brings up a bigger argument.
That they need to change the crew.
Well, that. But maybe that NASCAR needs to find a wheel that can hold on by more than just one little thing. One little thing is in the center of that wheel, holding the whole wheel on. It's a whole wheel.
Well,
My gosh.
we all respect Mark Martin, and he went in and met with them, and they talked about all of this, and he said that he understands why that is not possible now, so we just have to let it go.
No, I don't. And you know why? I understand Mark Martin, and I understand why it's not possible with this car. So why did we build a car where it is not possible? There's the argument we're making here. Why are we making cars that's not possible to make like a stock car? Come on. I have this argument every week, and I'm going to keep having it. If Blaney gets a loose wheel next week, you're going to see me have an argument until somebody at NASCAR calls me and tells me to shut up. But it's stupid, and I will fight this till I am dead. I don't care what secret NASCAR assassin they have that'll come after me and shoot me in the back of the head for saying it. But yeah, I mean, it's stupid.
What did Hosevar say?
I don't know. That's the other thing. Hosevar, they had like I think it was a Buick Grand Prix. I think it was when that made the Grand Prix was Buick. I can't remember. I'm having like a little brain moment now. But they had it painted up like Dale Earnhardt's old car, which he did a throwback scheme to, looked very great. Had a 77 on it. And he walked around the car and he said, I really love how they have the real racing wheels on here with real lug nuts. It's freaking awesome. It's awesome. Because even the drivers know what's up. So why can't the engineers just engineer a car like the last one? I'm sorry. I'm good now.
It's
I'm
okay.
good.
All right.
I'm gonna go.
Points made.
So we're just trying to figure out for sure. You don't like the one like another, you do.
How much time you got? I hate
I'm
it.
not disagreeing with you.
It's an ugly
I think they need
wheel.
5.
It's a stupid thing for it to be a stock car.
Yeah, I agree.
None of your other series use it.
But now you're gonna get your haters saying that the wheels will break if you
I
don't run them. But
don't
yeah, that's a
care.
problem they created on their own.
Exactly. If you engineered a car to be like that, why is that even in the thought process when engineering a car like that? Why?
But at the end of the day, Blaney wound up having a pretty decent day.
Yeah, where did he wind up?
P3.
Third?
Yeah, he went up third. Kozlowski was second, and Carson Hocevar.
And Tyler Reddick won.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't forget.
I'm done. talking
Yeah,
about
that
Tyler Reddick.
host of our run was a surprise. I mean, I was listening at the beach and I was following along pretty good, but I heard them say he was going for 5th, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, apparently
That
he put on
hurricane
tires
comes
considerably later than everybody.
7 laps later is what I heard.
Yeah, so somehow 3 laps don't matter much of nothing, but 7 laps makes you better than the rest of the world because he was strolling.
But even that one don't make sense because if I'm thinking back to stage 1, you had, I want to say, Kyle and Denny and them stayed out and kind of split it when everybody else picked super early, and they didn't come back through the field. And they just got bogged down back there in 20.
Yeah, but he was whipping about it.
Yeah, well, maybe it's because he's determined.
Yeah.
He's Carson Hocevar. He's a hurricane. He had the Category 7 rolling today.
Well, today he was Dale Earnhardt. That's the car
that's
he
the
was
other
driving.
Oh, he said that he wasn't Dale Earnhardt. He wanted to be himself. So
Yeah.
we're gonna let that go.
Oh, which is 100%.
But if you're going to drive Earnhardt at Darlington, you got to show up and show out. What he got there, 10 wins?
Oh,
think so.
gosh.
It's a herd of them. So anyhow, he did a good job today, though. He came back, got him a 4th out of the deal. And I don't think he hit anybody all day, did he?
Not
Or
that I
they
know of.
didn't show it on television.
He might have got the wall. How many
Yeah.
Darlington strikes
Didn't
were there
Busher get
today?
into him when they tried to go 3 wide? But that was the closest thing to a hit he got.
Yeah, and that wasn't terrible.
No.
We knew they were gonna bump me in.
Oh,
They were 3
yeah.
wide. Yeah, this won't work.
Did we get a count on the Darlington stripes?
There were
I
several.
haven't seen
Hmm.
official count. But
Yeah.
All right, well, yeah, all right. I do want to expand on this, though. So, we've talked about Joe Logano never going to win another championship. Mediocrity's not going to work. Blaney's the only good Penske car. But where was Hendrick? Where did he wind up?
Just a couple spots behind him.
5th.
And see, I don't think that was a fluke. Wasn't he kind of flirting up
He
there
was
the
good
whole
all
day?
day long, and he had great lap averages in practice. He qualified well. Well, I think, where did he qualify?
No, he's
He
qualified.
qualified 12, so he
Yeah.
qualified
Yeah.
decent.
So-
better than 20
Yeah.
something.
Oh, yeah.
Is this beginning to be a Penske organization issue, or is this becoming to be a Joe Logano performance issue?
I don't know.
After today, it would be hard to argue that it's not a Joey issue. Well, but sometimes drivers show up to the track with the worst equipment
And they do.
every other week. I mean, it happens.
But
I haven't seen
This
anything.
isn't the first conversation we've had about Joey being
No.
mediocre at best in the last several years.
No, and I would say that it's. But I don't know. Hendrick has one decent day. I don't know if that's also enough to really, because he hasn't run well much either. He's only been the super speedway guy. I really don't know if today's a fair
I don't know
judgment.
though,
like it was.
because
He's run decent at places.
I
and-
can't remember what happened at Vegas last weekend, but he was running top. He
was. Yeah,
he got that penalty with Blaney. They had to go back to the back of the pack on the last run of the
Yeah, that's
race.
right.
But before him and Blaney got their penalties, they were both in the top 10 last week, and Joey was not.
I don't know. I really. You could argue it's a Joey issue, and I could see that totally. I don't know whether I can judge it off fully yet. Give it a
Well,
couple more races, and
yeah.
Hendrick constantly runs, because we know Blaney will. Blaney
Yeah.
always does. But like, if Hendrick starts to, then I really will. But right now, it's kind of one of those. It could be, or it could just be.
Yeah, I'll agree with you there. I will say that nothing against him, but I don't think I ever imagined today where we would be talking about Austin Cindric
No.
consistently running top 10 and Joey's out there fighting for 20th.
Mm.
But maybe Joey's just getting old, you know. He ain't young no more.
There's a lot of
Maybe it's
drivers
time for
like
him and
that.
Kyle to go fishing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They
His
can
switch
buy
might
him a boat. They
flip.
probably buy him a real nice boat. They've
Oh yeah.
been around a while.
They're like 12-time champions or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Somebody on the internet I read, they said that Paul Wolf needs to go. I mean, everybody who starts going after the crew chief whenever issues begin. But they're saying that he never had a good handle on this car, which I guess you could argue maybe is true. Joey's not been much of a contender in this car, so I don't
No.
know. But just interesting. I mean, Joey won at this track just a few years ago. He's out in 33rd. And he's still in a Penske car. He didn't go to RCR, so
Mm-mm.
whatever. Another Ford organization I know it's just one race, but it's not just one race. Where are we putting RFK now?
Oh gosh, I'd say they're.
Are they with Penske? Are they ahead of Penske?
I think
Are they
at
a
this
little behind?
current moment they're probably.
As an organization, not just the one Blaney car.
Yeah, I
overall.
know. I'd say above Penske right now
Yeah.
with how consistent their cars run with each other. I mean, because you had a point in this race they were 1, 2, 3, and that's how it was. There was a point in the race they were all in the top 5.
Yeah, and you
For-
don't never,
for
you don't never
several
see
parts of this
Penske
Mm,
consistently have 3 drivers.
The lowest one that finished, I believe, was how low did Priest finish?
Priest, probably.
Where's the 17? Where's the? I don't think it was that low. He finished 13th, and Busher finished
Ninth.
9th, and Brad, of
But
course,
he
was
had that
second.
itch
Yeah,
running.
but Busher
with
had
it.
some damage.
Yeah,
He was about
Busher could have
fit
been
all
He's
day.
better than that most
And
of the
then
day.
look back to last week. I think they all 3 got a top 11. And then if y'all think back to last year, I don't know if you remember, but we talked about RFK having all 3 cars in the top 10 for the first time in like 10 years. And that happened like 3 times last year. So this is not abnormal anymore. This is what they do.
I would say they're becoming a very good contender consistently.
And I guess, like Frank's been saying for a year or 2 or 3 now, if you're Brad, or if you're not Brad, you at least got to be proud of what he's went over there and done.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh
that's,
yeah, they went from cellar dwellers, right to in contention now.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember a race recently that on ovals that I didn't think there was a prayer for them to win, and I used to be. There
Yeah.
was no way, but that I can always see a path for them winning races anymore. At least one of the drivers,
Yeah.
and this week too.
Oh yeah.
yeah. I mean, Brad was leading on the last corner and blew it at Phoenix last year, remember? When Blaney won the championship race?
Yep.
So, well, yeah, where'd you put him, Frank? A little ahead of Penske? That's where I got him
Yeah.
now.
At this moment, yes. Definitely, like I said, not ahead of Blaney by no means.
No.
But Penske as an organization, I would say yes. Is that team wise or is that drivers? I can't answer that. But
Yeah.
yeah, they're definitely, I think, ahead. And at this point, do we even have a big 3?
Well, that's what we talked about last
Yeah.
week.
Oh, might be a different big 3 than what we're used to. Gibbs, I would say,
That's-
obviously they run pretty consistently
Yeah, I mean, Gibbs is by far, they're fast every week.
because you had what two here in the top 10. No, 1. No, that's
I don't know
not
what you're
no,
looking at.
Nope, sorry, that would be that's
Briscoe got up there and
that's
left
the
for a
wrong week.
minute. Denny got up to third.
no.
bef-
These
How
are
about-
bad at the top.
Sorry.
There it is.
What happened to Denny? Did they ever
Denny-
say what that issue was when he just dropped like a rock at the end of stage 2? He was running third and winding up like
What
11.
did
They
happen?
got
I
over
think
on
he
the
had
right
about-
rear working on something. They had 2 or 3 ideas, and then they said it was something on the left rear. And I never saw exactly what
He
it was.
never recovered.
I think
so.
he had a loose wheel issue too, if I'm
He
not
still
mistaken.
Well, they said it.
Still
He
on
said he
11.
thought the wheel might be loose or flat, but I never heard anything after
Well,
that.
I know
and
the
he never
commentators
recovered.
said something about the wheel coming off of something that it was supposed to be suction to or something or whatever, and that it would rotate around the hub to where it would feel flat, but it wasn't flat.
Yeah.
Because Mike Joyce said something about he thinks the tire's flat, but it's not flat or something.
Well, I was just confused because I figured if that was the issue, he'd go get it changed and he'd be rolling back towards the top 5 where he was running. But he stayed.
Right.
Where'd he wind up? 15th? No, I
11th.
think he got up to
11th.
11th. Yeah, he passed a few cars right at the end, but yeah, that was
They
not
never
a,
did explain it very well.
No.
that was not a typical Darlington Denny Hamlin showdown.
Mm-mm.
They said he's got the best top 10 record here in history. Yeah, so anyway, I think Joe Gibbs definitely. Just read Byron said they're still working on that Chevy body, but they were still in the top 10. And I mean, let's think back to Hendrick and Darlington at the end of last year. Remember, they didn't even have a car in the top 20.
Yeah.
So the fact that they had, 2 or 3 guys in the top 10? I guess 2.
How does Darlington manage to curse Larson every year? How?
Yeah, I guess that did happen again.
Because he was
It
running
wasn't no
good.
Labonte paint scheme.
No, and I'm mad about that because
No.
I said he's running his regular paint scheme, so he'll do all right today. And he really was. I mean, I don't think anybody can fight me besides toward the end of stage 3. He was a top 10 car all day, top 5 for most of the day.
Yeah.
And then he had that, what was it, a toe
Towing.
Yeah,
link,
did he hit the wall?
Yeah, I mean,
Nobody
that's what I was about to say. He
nobody
might have
never
caught the wall.
said on TV that he hit the wall that
That's
I saw.
normally a hitting the wall issue.
Yeah, that's what
so-
it should have been.
He runs close to the wall at a lot of tracks.
Yeah, that's
so,
he might have did that.
It
Now
just,
that I think about it, but
I thought he was going to have a good Darlington race for once.
yeah. I mean, he won there a while back. He just got
I
to get
know.
it back together. But what is it now? 30 races since he's won.
Yeah, but you cannot deny he
We're gonna
has.
start that winter
You
counter now.
cannot deny he has speed. He's gotten a top 5 in the past 3 races. Yeah. Right? Because what did he?
I don't know.
He got.
Yeah, I guess Vegas, Phoenix. I don't know where he winded up at Coda. Yeah, he's been in the top 5 though,
Well, it was a top 10 last week. Okay.
and they've still been. I think they're still looking for a little speed with that new body. I really do.
And I still think he's the fastest Chevy out on the track right now. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
consistently when you watch these races, when you see a Chevy in the top 10, he's usually the first
What
one. you
happened to Elliott? He just slowly did his fade today.
Okay, here's your rant, Frank. Come on, I know you want to talk about him.
Not at the end, because the end I really don't know, but they made a really,
But I know you want to talk about
really
the
bonehead move on one pit stop. You just want to stay out, 10 or 15 laps more than everybody
right.
else and lose 2 or 3 seconds a lap. Explain that one to me. But they did it. I think they
That's just imagine.
they were in the top whatever there, 5 or 6 or 4 seconds behind the leader, and then they came out after they decided to stay out for another quite a while and wound up 16 seconds back.
Oh gosh,
Yeah,
something like
because-
that.
That's-
I know I looked, he was about 7th, and I think he was about 11th, then about 18th. Then he started coming back forward a little bit to the top 15, but where'd he wind up?
He wound up 15th.
Yeah, that's about last place I saw him. So.
Yeah.
15th.
If we're going to discuss changing crew chiefs, that would be a good place to start.
Yeah. None of us are Chase Elliott fans or non-fans here, I don't think. So, I mean, it's not like we're biased in this
He's a Georgia
situation.
boy. I like him well enough.
Yeah.
No, I don't root for him every week.
Yeah, I just new combination. Time to try it, maybe.
I just think it's time. I know they love what they got, but sometimes you got to shake things up a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, since we're on the topic of Hendrick, can we talk about, because I don't believe this was news yet when we last did a show about Alex Bowman being out for this
Yeah, that was announced.
the next 3 races.
Yeah.
Because I think Allgaier, as disappointed as I am that Harvick's not going to jump in the car for one race and have some fun. Allgaier's a good fill-in, and I think, and me and Frank were discussing this earlier, and he said you disagreed with it, but I think he's got a point that maybe they're using Allgaier in this car to kind of test some things out with the Hendrick, or with the Chevy body and Hendrick and whatnot. Because I see.
I hadn't thought about it, but I think my initial reaction would say no.
I think that would be, you take advantage of the situation.
If I was him, that's what I would do.
Because, I mean, you get to see how this car will react to certain things, and you don't have to push it too hard or whatever, and you don't have to worry about really losing a lot, because Bowman's pretty much out of all of it anyways.
The only thing they have to gain out of that is all the owner point deal.
Yeah.
Rick Hendrick's not worried about a couple of dollars, so why wouldn't you take advantage of the situation? And Allgaier, no, he's not a Cup driver, but Allgaier is a good, solid driver that can give you a lot of feedback.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you use that to your advantage?
Yeah, I mean, it could be. I haven't really thought
Oh, yeah,
about
it'd
it.
be test and tune every race with him in there if it was me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be coming in every 10th lap and we'd try something different.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I was just thinking back, which I think I'm wrong here now that I remember more about it, but I was thinking back to when he was running the 5 car, but he actually ran 13th at that 600, if I remember right. And, so I figured they just wouldn't go out there and run, but that night they were expecting Larson to get in the car and all that, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe. But
They got a whole lot smarter people up there than me, and I'm sure they're doing different things. But if it was at my team, that's how I would play this.
Yeah.
We'd be learning that car as well as we could with a quality driver in it like him,
Yeah.
who is still winning races at almost 40 years old. So he's still got talent.
So I'm curious, what do we think? Because I mean, obviously, you know, the most important thing is Bowman's health. You know, we all wish him the best, but you do have to think ahead to the sport in the future. So, what do we think for Bowman here this season? Is my question.
I mean, it's contract year. I think he's gone.
I mean, you really think that he's?
I don't think he's coming back.
Because I think this may end up being like Casey Kane.
Yeah, I think he's done.
Kurt Busch.
It's
And I know we've
distinct
talked about it
possibility.
before, but I think now that he's gone out for 3 more weeks, and this is because a lot of people I've seen are like, this seems like a lot more than, you know, because I don't know how bad vertigo is, but a lot of people online I've seen have said this seems like a lot more than that for him being out this long. So,
Yeah, the problem may be a lot larger than what they initially said.
and I really hate it
know,
for him.
He doesn't need to be in a race car if he don't have his wits 100% there about it.
He just got engaged or married this year.
Here we go,
Maybe his wife is just kind of put him on house arrest. And he can't tell nobody, and he's kind of hoping we'll realize and come help him.
She's got him trapped in there. Honey, I want you to do the work on the garage door next. He's out there. Rick Hendrick's out there. He's like, yeah, I'm doing great. She turns to go, help me, please. She won't let me go. It's like that episode of you see Andy Griffith when they had the convicts in there and Andy couldn't get him straight, so he took him to his house and Aunt B whipped him into shape, making them do all them chores around the house.
If you need help, blink 3 times.
And it was funny because the end of the episode, they got somebody that comes through there and all the convicts you see walking out the house, and he's like, and they're like, well, thanks, Andy, for doing all this. And he goes, sure, and if you do bad again, you'll come right back here. No. They run away. And it's just a sweet little old lady at the door. Bye-bye now. Just because she's making them do chores around how mean.
I think we're making light of it, but not because we by no
I
means.
seriously do feel bad for Bowman.
Yeah.
I'm kind of on board with you guys, though. I think this may be damning to his career.
I think the only way he salvages this and comes back next year is if when he returns, he has the hottest, baddest run that he's ever had in his career. That's the only way he will be back in that car, I believe.
No, I don't think that Gordon and Hendrick would get rid of him.
No, but I think,
No, they'll take care of him. But
Yeah, because, you know, that's a Dale Jr. driver.
yeah.
And I think he still carries some heavy weight over there.
But do you think they might see if he can get a spot on Junior's O'Reilly's team or something? Some way he can stay in the sport, but not
Yeah, I don't know.
take up a cup ride.
the media guys have been talking about how Hendrick refuses to let go anybody so that their knowledge don't get out like that Gabehart situation. They said they got crew chiefs from 20 years ago now. We're president of office 3027A.
I don't doubt that.
Just making up positions so these guys don't have to go.
Right.
So, I mean, they'll take care of him, but yeah, I don't see him coming back. All right. We talked about Gibbs. We talked about Hendrick, RFK, Penske.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Let's talk about another Gibbs.
All right.
Ty Gibbs.
Where do you wind up? I was wondering.
6, another good finish.
One more spot, and that would have been his 4th top 5 in a row.
Yes, sir.
Is he with the right guys? Was that sarcasm actually genuine meeting?
He's never done this good before, has he? Not in the Cup Series.
Not this consistently, no. He's had a few races. where
Yeah,
he's
I'm
got-
not sure. I do remember, I don't know if it was his 1st or 2nd year in the car, where he had a nice solid streak, and we were all saying that win is coming. I remember in that run, he had like a 7th at Charlotte. I want to say it might have been 2 years ago. And I think he was running pretty solid there because the whole conversation of he's going to win soon was starting to happen, and then he fell off the cliff.
Yeah.
So he might have had a run like this once, but then again, I could be wrong. But yeah, I mean, it's like I said, the conversation was in and it's building back up. That win's coming now.
Yeah, I'm not saying that, but I think he's doing well right now. Seems to be keeping his head about it. Hadn't seen him run over nobody on the track or
Yeah.
slamming somebody in the pits.
I'll say that Freddie Kraft talked about him, and he said the last couple of years before Ty came to the Cup Series, he knew him as a kid. He was out there having fun, doing good, all that stuff. Last couple of years, he didn't look like he was having fun. He just was not happy. He didn't look happy. Was not doing good, whatever. He said that Ty just looks lighter this year. He looks like he's enjoying being in the car again. And I guess there's probably a lot to be said for that. So, I mean, maybe it's just all finally clicking for him again.
Maybe. But I know he went through a lot at one point in his career.
Yeah,
That takes a toll on you.
His dad did pass away, the night after he won the championship?
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
But
So that takes a toll on you.
it's been very much documented. He did not get along with the competition director of the last few years, so for good or for worse. He's not there anymore, so. Yeah, it's looking up. Just keep it rolling. We'll see how it continues.
Yep.
I don't know that there was much to be said for the other ones, though. Briscoe, I guess he had another issue.
Yeah.
He's still 20-something in points. And then Bell, he was just mediocre all day.
Maybe mediocre. I don't know if he was that good. Not to be in the car he's in.
Yeah.
I'd like to give a special shout out today, though, to Richard Petty. I'm sorry, it's got him here listed as Eric Jones, but he sure looked like Richard. Or I'm sorry, who was he running the Throwback scheme? Because it wasn't Petty's car, it was some guy with a name, one of the drivers I can't remember.
With a name.
Yeah, I know, but he had like a complicated name. That's why I can't think of him right now. It was Davidson. I don't remember it.
Pearson.
No.
Malukas.
It's like Dallenbach or something.
Oh, Wally Dallenbach?
That's the
Wally
one.
Dallenbach? Yeah.
Wally Dallenbach, yeah. They said this was a scheme to
Wally
him,
Dolly.
but I just kept calling him Richard Petty all day because everybody knows the blue Petty car. But he actually got a top 10 today,
He's won there before, though.
which is, yeah,
Twice.
but you know,
Going there twice.
Yeah, twice.
legacy car, you don't hear much from them.
He
here,
got third here
recently, so.
last year. They just got Darlington dialed in.
I just wanted to give a legacy car shout out. You don't hear much from them all year.
Yeah. They got Darlington figured out, kind of like RFK does, I think.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize he got a top 10. I didn't get a chance to go back down the rundown.
He
And
got
last I
two.
heard, Denny had wrecked him. So
He spun him out, but I don't think he hit anything.
yeah,
He got him spun out.
sounded
He
like
got
they
10th,
that one
and
straight.
Nemechek got 27th.
Give me the
He
top
wasn't
10
there.
rundown.
Your top 10, Reddick, Keselowski, Blaney, Hocevar, Hendrick, Gibbs, Suarez,
That's another one I want to cover.
Byron, Busher, and Jones.
All right, let's talk about Suarez. At this point, if you're Suarez, are you upset that you're in that 7 car? Because this is the most we've talked about Daniel Suarez in how many years?
Since that Atlanta win a
If
couple years
if
ago.
you are, you need to have your brain checked. Because they're right now, their team as a whole is better than Trackhouse.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they're spending so much more money and I think they're putting in so much more effort in Trackhouse right now.
Yeah,
Not saying that Trackhouse doesn't want to, but I don't think Trackhouse has the money that Spire does.
Yeah, I don't know the whole situation there, but they're definitely outperforming right now.
They had one
They
good
got
car
much
today,
more
and
speed.
he just got, what happened to him? He had like a 20-second pit stop, didn't he? Ross.
Yeah.
Because he was a top 10 car for a little while. And
I don't.
make it up.
He looked, from when I was looking, he looked like a 15th to 20th place car.
He was, but when he got up there to 10th, he was holding his own, actually passed a couple people, and then they would go ahead and have him a 20-second pit stop, put him back there, and he can't do nothing.
Yeah.
He's paddling, and Ross has got the Buddy Baker syndrome too. If the car won't do it, he's gonna push it and push it and push it, and that just, you can't do that there. You know, I'm watching him Friday and Saturday night also. He burned his tires up at times when maybe he shouldn't,
Yeah.
because he wants to be in the front.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, just Daniel is driving for his career right now. It's not debatable. It's very publicly known. If he does not go out and perform this year, there is no more Suarez in the Cup Series, unless somebody else decides to pick him up, which would be very difficult, I think. But he's doing what he needs to do to be put back in that car, I think. And
Yeah, it's not just him though. He's got a team behind him. Like I said, they're providing him with fast cars.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
The cars they got them
Yeah,
tuned up.
Look at
tuned in.
Hocevar and all he does with his car. They got fast cars.
Yeah.
Speed is not a problem.
Yeah, so
No room of doubt, please.
I guess just shout out to him and all Spire. They trying to get in that top big three.
Yeah.
But them, you said Trackhouse Ross, no? SVG outdid him again today, didn't he?
He got 14th.
Yeah, he got him
Ross
right there near the
16th.
end. He got by him. Like I say, I think that was as much a matter of Ross just trying to drive too hard to
Yeah.
get somewhere when the car won't do it.
And Zillage
And
is
that
still
can be-
trying.
Change the tires up.
That can be completely true, but we've covered it several times now. The fact that SVG is up there, even close to 14th on oval.
Yeah, well, they were 14th, 16th, and 18th as a team, so
Yeah.
that shows you what kind of speed they had.
I guess you need to shout out Zillage, though. That's probably his best finish of the year.
Yeah, and he
honestly.
wasn't worth crap at the beginning of the year. I mean, at the beginning of the race, I think he got lapped pretty early.
Yeah, I think he was in the 30s.
Yeah.
But if I remember right, Zillage hadn't even gotten the top 20 until this.
No, but
I don't think so.
he was one of those that got that free pass or whatever when they had a quick caution, and
Yeah.
I think he was able to maintain after that.
Yeah,
I think he's still trying to
figure it out.
kind of figure out the cup car, which I mean, it's like we were just saying, Trackhouse isn't really a team that you're going to jump in and win every race anyway, but I think he's still trying to figure it out. I think we'll see a lot more improvement out of him come toward the middle of the season, end of the season, like we did last year in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series.
I will say, I listened to an interview with Ross today. He was talking about the whole Daniel situation last week. He said, with the teammates they have in the building now, him, Connor, and Shane, he said it's so much more enjoyable because they hold each other accountable. When one of them does something wrong, they talk about it, they address it. He said that the issue when Daniel was there was it was never Daniel's fault, and they just did not get along, blah, blah, blah. So it sounds like these guys are, as a team, can probably work together better, and hopefully that will improve them as a whole a little bit more over the next year, 2 years. I mean, it takes time, but hopefully. Because, I mean, I'm a fan of what Trackhouse is doing, so I'd like all of them to run better.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
I hope so.
Alright, well, was there anything else from the Cup race?
Not really huge. Oh, I want to.
What about Bubba? You didn't talk about old Bubba.
He just kind of showed up today. I don't know what happened to him.
He was fast till
Denny
he got
happened
wrecked.
to him.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. Yeah.
Because he had a problem
He
with
has-
the pits as well. and
He
got
got the
back.
fastest lap.
Yeah, this has him as the fastest lap
Yeah.
at 30 seconds flat.
Yeah, he had speed till he got wrecked.
His worst finish of the year was 11th. And he had another one coming today. But Denny took care of him for once. Or for twice.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, just, I guess congrats on the baby. Do want to say that. He had his girl Thursday.
Yep.
And,
Good for him.
just another solid run, but I mean, he's another one. 2311 has been good at Darlington, so it's not a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, is there any other notables, or is that it?
Not in terms of drivers, but I wanted to make a quick note on, which I know we've talked about aesthetics and stuff for years, but not capitalizing a lot on the whole Darlington throwback thing is such a missed opportunity for me. Especially when, and you probably didn't hear it, being you were on the radio, but they had Darrell Waltrip up in the booth. And he started the race, and when you heard him fire up, boogity, boogity, boogie, let's go. I mean, I got chills. I was like, it's just a shame they don't capitalize on stuff like that much.
Yeah.
Now they're not encouraging it a lot, because that just really, it brings back a lot of excitement for people that used to watch it and stuff. And even me, I didn't watch it too terribly much when I was younger, when Waltrip was in the booth. But I know from years of watching the Cars movies and even going back and watching old races, I mean, stuff like that's just iconic. And him and Larry and Mike Joy were so good together. It's just a shame they don't capitalize on more stuff like announcer stuff and just car stuff and all that stuff to really bring those memories back just for one race a year,
And they were videoing the fans out there also.
Oh, yeah.
I know you didn't see it. But I'm talking about they had old Tim Richmond shirts,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Big.
Mark, just
Yeah.
all kind of old school stuff that the fans were wearing. You know, they had their Darlington old school stuff on, and they had a lot of the older drivers there. It just would have fit better had they done some of the throwbacks.
Just really encourage
The
it. Like
fans
they've
were
done.
more into it than
Yeah.
the cars were. The old drivers being there should have, you know, said, "Hey, let's bring back some old
Well,
paint
yeah.
job."
Their whole messaging with from Dale Jr. and
Oh, I know.
all of them was that they were shifting away from the paint schemes to the actual people and having them there. So,
But my argument to that
Yes.
always was a lot of these drivers aren't as big of a stars as they are without their cars. Dale Earnhardt was a big star, but when you think Dale Earnhardt, you think the Black Three. When you think Jeff Gordon, you think of the Rainbow DuPont. When you think Petty, you think Petty Blue. You know,
And I know
when you think Kyle Petty, you think the Mellow Yellow car. You know, I mean, it's just iconic that these things go together so well. And
you can't see the cars awesome, but some of the paint jobs they got now just suck. It looks like they
Yeah.
took 6 or 7 different colors of paint, put it in a bucket, and whatever it hit. Whatever it hit on the car. I've painted a race car that way when I was poor before.
Yeah,
Just whatever
I know.
paint somebody gave me, we threw it all in a
I
bucket,
know.
mixed it up, and it turned out almost to look like Chase Elliott's car did today
Oh,
one
my
time.
goodness.
They
Yeah.
just, and they're not exciting
It's
looking.
just, but even then, I just didn't get a big thing today about old drivers or really anything classic. They had a couple things with a host of ours Earnhardt thing. They showed a few clips in, but other than that, it just didn't have that feeling of like we're really respecting our sport and where it came from.
Just
today.
one of the
Yeah.
things that always made this race
I don't-
special.
they probably need to do better on the TV. I think at the actual track they did like
Yeah.
a stage set up and had all the guys up there. I think Rick Mass and Harry Gant and some other drivers set up a stage and they just got up there and told stories for the fans that were there and stuff like that today. On the radio they had Mark Martin and Kurt Busch come in the booth and talk for a while.
But
So
don't you think they'd be happy to see one of their old look-alike cars out there going around the track?
Yeah, I would. Well, I would think so.
yeah, I mean I guess.
Whatever. All right, we don't control that, but to us, to me, at least me and
It
Connor,
it shows
the,
respect.
the,
to
vi-
where
the
you
visual
came from.
aspect of it would mean a lot.
No, I mean I wasn't disagreeing with you. I was saying that was NASCAR's messaging for this
Right.
whole thing. That's what they
I know.
said about it. Me personally, I mean I've said before I do the throwbacks. It's not for you, it's for the fans, and that's what I believe.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well said.
I just wanted to give that a little shout out.
We
Darryl
like it a lot.
Darryl Waltrip gave me just such. I got chills. He said, "Boogity boogity boogity."
Yeah, we hadn't heard that in God. How long?
I went, oh, I'm gonna watch a race today. It wasn't just all right, green flags in there, you know. I said,
Yeah.
oh, I'm excited.
What did they call the start of the race a restart?
No, I don't think so.
Gets Frank all upset.
Yeah, that gets me upset. I wasn't paying any close enough attention. I didn't ever hear them say that they're restarting when they're starting. But that's,
I don't know how you call that a restart.
Maybe
well,
it's
restart
from the end of last
maybe.
week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe that's it.
The race never ends, Frank.
That,
race
that's
till the
right.
end of
The
time.
race never ends.
Life's a big race.
It just plays over in my mind every week, over and over and over until they start again. 7
Pretty
days
much,
later.
Yeah, that's just my little throwback kind of message I had.
All right.
All right. Well,
Good race or bad race or mediocre? What do you think, Austin?
like I said at the beginning, I think it was good.
It was good. It was all right. They still got a couple things to work out, I think, but it was a pretty good
You
race.
think that the different aero package? And
I
different
think it was
horsepower?
overhyped, but I think it's
Yeah,
good.
I think it made it. I think it made a difference.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. I just think they talked it up way too big.
yeah. I was expecting a bit more
No, but
chaos.
we're still at that point where NASCAR's made some tweaks. Do we appreciate what they've done? I say
I
Yeah.
appreciate it 100%. I still think there's work to be done, but there's.
Yep. But
Yeah.
This is not something I can sit here and just
All-
go, oh, you promised us this.
all steps in the right direction, I think.
Yeah.
I think we have for once gotten something exactly what we were promised. Because we were promised higher horsepower. I mean, they didn't sit there and say, this is going to be higher horsepower. They're going to run around the track at 300 miles an hour.
Right.
They just said more horsepower.
No,
We're changing things up.
more horsepower don't necessarily mean more speed.
No, but it
It
just,
makes the car different to drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
I mean,
it,
sometimes
I've
it's
seen guys
slower.
win. Yeah, I've seen guys win races with a spark plug wire off because their car come off the corner better. Honestly,
Really?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they talk
Because
about.
it's almost like traction control. You nail them, instead they go, whoop, it goes, and it gives you that, yeah, for
Well, that's
real.
awesome.
Yeah, I don't remember where.
They got
Right.
faster because they always thought, come off corner, have the throttle. Well, they kept doing the same thing, but their car hooked up better.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess I do want to shout out Riley Herbst. I mean, the dude was running top 15. He was running 12th. He qualified up there. Probably his best starting spot on the oval ever. And
And then he had a little spin.
Yeah.
it all went down the drain. But, hey, he was on the right side of the board for once.
I was a believer. He was my 36 pick.
Yeah, well, you.
So
I had Brad.
Yeah, I heard. No,
And I was going to nail it again, but really, he still got 2 stages. I can't ask for much more than a win. Anyway, O'Reilly race.
Kyle Larson was robbed.
Well,
He was definitely dominant.
Come on, Frank. You said we had to talk about how our drivers were robbed this weekend.
Your driver got robbed Saturday night. Mine got robbed Friday
Yeah,
night.
come on.
Exactly. That's what I said.
well, I just think it's very funny. I'm guaranteeing that you caught on to this, Frank. But
We're
who
listening.
won the first 2 stages,
Kyle Larson,
and who won the race?
Justin
Allgaier.
And last week, who won the first 2 stages?
Just was all
Allgaier.
Yeah.
And who won the race?
Larson.
Yeah.
So they just
This was
traded
getting
one
at-
off because last week should have been.
Oh, you and me kind of thing?
Yeah, they just handed it back off.
I gotta say about this race, I am disappointed. I'm tired of these cup drivers coming down to the lower levels and dominating. Because Allgaier, he's a cup driver. I was hoping y'all would catch on to that.
Yeah.
I saw somebody post that online. They said, I'm sick of these cup drivers coming down and beating these kids and winning these races.
You know,
Because Allgaier's a cup
we've been
driver.
talking about Denny and some of these older guys, but Allgaier,
Yeah, Corey Haim, too.
Allgaier is turning 40 this year.
Yeah, he's getting up in age.
And he's still top of the heap.
Yeah, and I guess I don't know how I want to ask this or what I'm even trying to ask. I guess, well, he's got how many wins now?
Okay.
38.
Just somewhere in there. I don't know exactly.
I think he's like 8th all time, something like that. He's still winning. That's
30
impressive.
career wins is what this says.
Okay, I think he's 30 and he's in 8th place. Maybe I put the 2 together. But what year did he start in this series? How impressive is it?
Sorry, I had to point some out to Frank on Google. This thing says he's got 30 career wins in the Xfinity Series, formerly the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. They got it mixed
Yeah,
up.
the internet's always right.
He
Anyway.
always trusts the AI.
No, I can't. Man, what'd you ask? I'm
What
sorry,
year
I
did
got
he
lost
start
trying to
in
understand.
That's,
the-
look up what year did he start in that series.
What year?
It's been at least 10 years. I mean, what did they say? He's the first guy to win in 10 different seasons?
Yeah. Yeah, he's been Mr. Consistency.
In 2008, making his debut before joining full time in 2009. So that's longer than 10 years.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I think he ran a couple cup seasons in there, didn't he? For some nobodies.
I don't know. It just says he made a full time start in 2009.
Well, anyway, so minimum 10 years, most 15. And he's got 30 wins. How impressive is it?
Well, you know,
I'm just more
Say it's
impressed
decently
with,
impressive
that
race.
he's still there.
Yeah, and that's what
One of the top drivers.
winning at this age, I think, is impressive.
oh,
But
yeah.
it should be like, I'm thinking 45, 50 at this point.
Yeah.
Especially he's been in a JRM car.
Yeah.
And I guess they haven't always been dominant, but
He's not an aggressive driver, though.
Yeah.
He's not somebody that's going to go for a win when he thinks he's got a good third place car. He's not going to overdrive it to get the win.
He's a more
and he's
conservative
dominated a lot of races that he hasn't won.
That's a fact. You're absolutely right. But I think that's just more his attitude
Yeah.
about he would rather go home with a not tore up car, have a chance to get good points. He's just not an old Kyle Busch or a
No.
Ross Chastain or somebody who's just going to say, hey, I'm here, you ain't get past me.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm not trying to downplay the guy. I was just thinking about it, but yeah, I do think it's impressive at this age that he's still out there very consistently winning. And I think he said it himself. It's nice to go get him because he's at the point you don't know when the last one's gonna be.
Right.
So,
No, I mean, and you got to have those drivers out there, the Mark Martins and that, you know, that are the guys that give and take and aren't always trying to, you know, shove somebody out of the way. And he's just one of those, you know, the nice guy at the end of the day that I don't know that I've ever seen anybody get out of the car wanting to throw a fist with him.
no.
He's just that guy. He's not going to cause controversy.
Yeah.
He don't get out of the car complaining about somebody just destroyed him, and just an all-around good guy, I believe.
Well, what was wrong with passing in that race? Because
Larson was running.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Why could Larson not get back to the lead? He passed one car on that last run.
I don't know what they had missed there on that last. They missed something the last time they put tires on, apparently.
Yeah.
He didn't have it. He couldn't go nowhere.
Yeah.
Or maybe, like you said, he owed Allgaier one.
That's
He still could have got a second.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We got to give our weekly shout out to Corey Day. Another solid run with
Nobody got stuffed in the wall. Didn't flip nobody.
Yeah, he's figuring it out.
Didn't get in a fight when he got back to the pits.
His dad showed up to race with him and then started
No,
straightening
Mr. H got on that butt. He realized, hey, I want to keep this job or not. That's a
well,
fact.
that too. But
You want to give out shout outs in the O'Reilly Auto Parts series. I think a big one's got to go to Wrestle-Off.
Yeah, that's true. That's very
That joker
true.
ran good yesterday.
He said he had a comment I wrote on the internet, and I wish I could remember what it was. But yes, shout out to
He
him.
passed some real good cars. I don't think his finish really says where he could have been at the end
Where'd
of
he
the day. I think
wind
he
up?
went up 8.
8.
And I honestly think he
When I
was
looked,
top
he was
5
like
car.
5th or 6th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
bless her.
thanks. Yeah, that's true. Can we get the top 10? What was the top 10?
Top 10, 1 to 10, Allgaier, Jones, Bell, Larson, Quapple, Day, Creed, Retzloff, Smith, and Mayer.
Yeah, so Retzloff is definitely my shout out. And that another one.
Chevy.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's pretty
all
solid.
I know, it's
They
just
might
funny to
well
look
call
at
it a
it.
Chevy, NASCAR Chevy series.
It's just funny to go down the list and you get points like 23rd or 26th down is all Chevys. It's just funny to look at. Chevy.
Bad luck award. 2 weeks in a row now. Jeremy Clements. He had speed last week. He had speed this week. Just bad luck keeps happening. I don't know where he wound up, but
19.
keeps having issues happen when he got speed.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they get that straightened out. I mean, he was top 10 at Phoenix.
Yeah, and you would think that maybe he'd get closer to the end of his career too.
Yeah.
I think he was 2nd or 3rd in all-time starts.
He's going to pass Kenny Wallace this year.
Yeah.
At the San Diego course.
Okay.
Base course.
Yeah. I didn't want to call it a street course. I didn't know what to call it. Anyway,
Base course.
yeah.
Is that what they're calling it?
That's what I'm calling it.
But yeah, I don't know that there's much else. Jesse Love, I thought had speed in Austin Hill. Didn't again. But he also had issues.
Yeah, he had some issues. He never really showed
He didn't
up
have
though.
speed before that, I don't
No.
think. That, and then we want to move to the truck race. Time again.
Barely.
It counts.
I know, but
He did not have
Barely.
the fastest truck.
come on, Frank, talk
That
about
was
it.
pure luck on the tires, the way that played out for him. It worked out and they won, but no, he was a 5th place truck at best.
Yeah. But have y'all looked at this? I wish I could just pull it up
Probably
and point
not.
at it, but go look, pull up truck points. You got truck points?
Yeah, I got him right here.
Look at 8th place in the truck points. He's only started 2 out of 4 races.
Huh.
He's in
How
the
the heck does
chase.
he do that? That's not even. Can he do that being a part-time truck? Like, can he run the chase?
I don't think, because you got to attempt to start every race.
Yeah.
But if NASCAR would give him a waiver, man.
That would be funny.
I wish he'd go out in the chase and like win the championship only starting from half the races or something crazy.
So how far back did Lane fall?
In points,
He went up.
he's up to third.
Okay.
Yeah, because Rhodes was second and he had issues.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of, sorry, we're jumping all over the place. I have to get to this though. Did you see Rhodes' posts on the internet?
I know he wasn't happy.
All right, so that whole internet said he must have not seen what happened to Daniel Dye this week, because Connor, you might want to look it up on X. But he posted and said something along the lines. I'm paraphrasing here, but we got squeezed by the upside down face kid into the fence.
What?
Tyler.
Oh, I did see that. I did see, because that's a Family Guy bit. I remember. I saw that.
Yeah, so people say that he should be suspended for his inconsiderate.
Well, I mean, pull up a picture.
Of what? Daniel Dye?
No.
Tyler
Or,
Andrews.
sorry.
Yeah, pull up a picture.
I thought that's the picture he made in his post. That's why I was saying to pull it up. But I don't know.
I mean,
Golly, I ain't never seen nothing more appropriate.
oh goodness.
Oh my
Here we
God.
go digging a hole. We
I ain't digging no hole. The road started and I'm just continuing it.
yeah. He's kind of got a point.
My God. Oh, I changed tabs. Hang on. That's not right. That's not right. It's not right. It's not funny.
Yeah,
It's
so
actually pretty funny.
that was his internet post.
Oh,
I
But
never even thought that, but now you brought it up and boom, there it is.
They said that might be the
That's
post of the year
awesome.
for NASCAR.
That's awesome.
Well, at least you didn't call him gay.
No.
Yeah.
Careful now. I don't want to end up like Daniel Dye now.
Well, this leads me to
Talk about
part
it.
2.
That's why they got rid of Dye, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so don't say that.
But
I
this
didn't
week,
call nobody that. I said that's why he got gone. I mean, that's just the facts.
yeah. All right. This leads me to part 2 of his interview after his incident, which was a big conversation of this week after Daniel Ross last week. The second or third driver I've heard in the last week say now, I would go to fight him, or I want to fight him, but it's $75,000. That's exactly what Ben said about Tyler. Daniel said that that's why he didn't hit Ross. And I can't remember if I heard one other person say it or not, but the whole topic of the week, if y'all haven't seen it on all the social medias and podcasts, is, and we covered it last year, but it's been a while, thoughts on fighting. Should it be allowed? Should it not be allowed? Should there be a penalty? What's the rules here?
Depends. Are they going to use every shot of it they can for their commercials, or are they going to?
Yes.
Then yeah, heck yeah, let them get up on the front stretch and brawl. I mean, if you're going to use it for your publicity, why
All
the
right,
heck
well,
are
should
you
it be
gonna...
a rule that it has to be meat on the front stretch? Or just fight?
I mean, I
be
don't think
against-
SVG needs to get out there and fight Ty Gibbs.
I think that would be fun.
And they said that
He'd be
And-
holding his head back and ties under there. Come here, you.
Tom might be able to like headbutt him in the knee or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a Three Stooges video there if you ever saw one. But anyhow,
NASCAR is one of their officials' defense of their policy here was that exact thing. There's guys so much different in size here. That's just not fair in some situations or whatever. But somebody asked Ricky Stenhouse what he thought about that comment, that opinion, these situations, and he said we can handle ourselves. We do this job. We're fine.
Well, and see, the other thing is about a lot of these fights.
so they really $75,000 fine.
That's what
That's a
Ricky
fight.
got charged when he punched Kyle at Wilkesboro a couple years ago.
I wanted to hit some people pretty bad in my life, but that's a pretty good deterrent.
Yeah.
I think
But to me, when you see these people fight, when it happens, usually there's like hundreds of crew members around them and stuff. Like they don't even, they might get one punch in and that's it. There's never much.
Yeah.
The most physical I've ever seen a fight get is when Kyle Busch started bleeding after getting in that altercation with Joey a few years ago. But other than that, they've
I
always got
think
something
Brad
to
and
break
Jeff
them up.
Gordon got into it at Texas pretty good.
Yeah, I do remember that.
I mean, you can go way back to the Allison fight,
Oh,
but
yeah.
they were way away from everybody.
That's
They
fine.
had the opportunity.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, if you're going to use it to promote all your stuff, be like, look at how cool NASCAR is. We're like real guys, they get in bar fights and stuff too, or what, why are you going to charge them money? It's like, yeah, we say this thing sucks and you shouldn't do it, but at the same time, look how cool we are because our guys fight.
Well, we're bringing back being redneck and in the bars this year, and everything
Let 'em
from the
roll.
old days is coming back of the chase and more horsepower and blah blah blah. So, what was it, Frank? 2009. Have at it, boys.
Yeah, I'm just thinking though, if you got, say, what I brought up with SVG and Gibbs, I would hope that Shane would have the restraint to know better than to,
Well, yeah.
put hands on him.
Well,
You
yeah,
would
I
hope.
don't think Shane's the type of
No,
guy
No,
to
I
fight
don't
anyway,
either.
and
But
that's-
yeah, you would hope that a man that was twice the size of somebody else would have the restraint to know whether to start
Yeah.
pumping on somebody's head.
But
I
I'm
mean-
just saying,
But yeah, if you guys, what was take Ross and Suarez the other day? Looked pretty even to me.
Yeah,
if somebody would deck somebody else, I wouldn't have complained about it.
yeah.
If you're both that mad, let's get it over and get it done.
Well, the different opinions I've heard that I can remember, Ricky said we can handle ourselves. Don't worry about us. Almendinger, they asked him, and it's kind of like you said with Shane. He was just like, dude, to be completely honest with you, I'm too old. I could care less. I don't feel like fighting. It does not. I don't care if someone's fighting, whatever.
Yeah.
And then
It takes two. I mean,
Yeah.
you should
Yeah.
definitely say if one guy goes over there and just start throwing fists and the other guy won't want to fight, well, that's wrong. But if you
Oh,
buck
yeah.
up like both of them the other day,
yeah. Well, the interesting one I want to mention is they asked Brad, and he said he kind of gets it because if it's happening every week, it's just, why are we doing this every week? It's unprofessional, whatever. He was like, we like hockey because they get in fights or whatever, but if it's all the time like that, and he said, think back to, I don't know if anybody remembers this, but like Spencer Gallagher and John West Townley or whoever got in a fight for like 82nd place a couple years ago, and he was like, dude, if you're back there fighting for 25th, that shouldn't be allowed. If top 5, top 10, let them fight. But
You
if
ever,
it's
you
the
ever
last
been in a race
place,
car before?
no, they
It
won't
will
let me
piss
drive.
you
man.
off if somebody just dumps you.
Yeah,
You want to fight. Your first thought in
Yeah.
your head is, I'm going to get out and I'm going to clock this dude. I can understand it if it is for 25th. I can understand that.
well, if that was just his opinion, you're like, don't let him fight for 25th. But if it's for something at the front, yeah, let him go ahead.
No, I mean, it don't matter. Even if you are running, the guys put in a lot of time and effort to build a car to go out there and race, and somebody just dumps you. I can fully well understand it.
Yeah, yeah, that makes
They
sense.
tear up all your hard work that you've done all week, and especially if you've raced them clean or whatever, and they just come up there and dump you.
Yeah,
I can understand being that mad. Right or wrong? I don't know if I can answer that question, but
well, I think my opinion on it is it should be required. Meet at the front stretch. Do it in front of the fans, whatever. And
both participants agree.
yeah, I mean, if you don't show up to the front stretch, then you obviously ain't
Yeah,
gonna do
put
it.
gloves and headgear on, and then I think it'll be all right.
And then they have to play the Rocky theme over the loudspeakers.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah,
Stuff like that. I think,
so
that'll be good.
Mike Tyson ought to be
That's fine.
refereeing it.
And you just have a marching band in
No, you
NASCAR
didn't hit
and
him
let
hard
them
enough. Hit
play
him
it.
like this.
oh yeah.
Hey, yeah, let's make a whole production out of it.
Oh, gosh.
Do we do it
Yeah.
before or after the race, though? You don't want somebody getting beat up before the race.
I mean, they gonna fight before the race.
Yeah, you don't know if you hate each other yet.
No, but I mean, so they're going to have everything ready and just set it up?
Yeah, they'll have like a box ring they roll out there.
after the
You
race.
can't take them too long to set that stuff
I
up.
mean, they don't spend, what, a couple minutes in winner's circle. So, yeah, they can.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
But I don't know if I want to go on this tangent. I will just mention it though, because I noticed it a few weeks ago. I listened to a race from 1970. I don't remember what year. It was really, really long time ago. AJ Foyt and Richard Petty were
Rocket Talking Robots.
anyway.
I'm sorry.
Before the race, what happened to these shows? Frank, I'm guessing you remember these sometimes, but they were talking about before this race I listened to, they had, I think it was a boxing match set up out front. They had a stunt man jumping like 40 vehicles in a motorcycle. They had the Blue Angel, whatever, jet, helicopter, air show going on over the track, all before this race happened. What happened to these big productions? Why does that stuff not happen anymore?
I don't know, because it was entertaining. Like, I've been to Charlotte before for the World 600 or the Coke 600, whatever it was back then. And man, you could be there literally 4 hours or 5 hours before the race and be entertained. All the way up, even more probably, up to the time of the race. They had all kind of things going on. They had people jumping out of helicopters, putting on fake war scenes. Yeah, man, they did. It was kind of like they do at the Freedom Factory now with Cletus putting on a big production show before the race.
Yeah, I mean, they were just talking.
It was.
I had forgotten to mention that when I listened to that race probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, but they were talking about that when the
Pure
race
entertainment.
came on. I'm like, what? This sounds insane. It's like crazy. I've never heard of this. Like,
No,
why are
yeah,
we
that
not
used to be
doing
that,
anymore?
especially at Charlotte. That was the norm. When you went,
What?
that's one of the reasons you went to Charlotte, to see the big production.
That was at
Now they just throw a few fireworks after the race is over.
Yeah, pretty
I want
much.
to say that was at Ontario. It was a road course.
They have like a little concert beforehand sometimes. But that's
Yeah.
about it.
It's very muted compared to what it was.
Yeah.
Not 15 years ago, I guess. or
Yeah, I
20
mean,
years ago.
when I listened to the IndyCar race when they doubled with NASCAR at Phoenix a couple weeks ago, their radio program, which I was excited. Oh, dude, I'm blanking. What was his name? I can't remember the guy's name. Jackie Root, radio guy. I hear him when I listen to the old race from the 70s. Anyways, he was actually doing the post-race show on the IndyCar series. I didn't know he was still around doing anything, so that was cool. Anyway, point is, I said post-race show. They got on there and recapped the race for an hour on the radio. NASCAR does not do that. You're lucky if they're on 10 minutes after the race is over.
Yeah.
They interview the top 5 drivers, give you the rundown, and they're off the air. That's it.
No, it's like I say, muted would be
Yeah.
my word there. Everything's muted compared to what it was.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I like the old Tony Stewart interviews. We'll be racing together next week.
Yeah.
You know,
I think we should wreck 50% of the field. If we don't have 50% of the
I
field,
mean,
Brett, we're
you want
disappointing the
passion.
fans.
You know, that's not saying that you go out there and destroy everybody's car the next week to get to the guy that made you mad, but show passion. You know,
There's just not a lot of excitement surrounding.
it's just not. You know,
The races
we've lost a
anymore.
lot
There's
of
not
that
a
in
lot
the
of
sport,
hype.
that's for sure.
Yeah.
Like there used
There's
to
no
be.
real good grudges between people. You know, you don't have.
No, you don't have your, your Keselowskis versus Bushes anymore. Even though they're both still racing out there, they're not even rivalry like before.
Yeah,
Call it
that's it. Rivalries are missing, and like
Or your
Austin said, they're not putting on the big
Earnhardt
productions.
Gordon kind of deal or whatever.
I don't know if it's a money thing or what it is with the productions they used to do, but man, they used to be really cool to watch that stuff. That'd be if not half the reason, at least 30% of the reason you went to the races to see all the stuff. But of course, back then too, you could go out there and y'all been to the races recently. The few amount of trailers that they got around there and the people selling stuff outside and the things they got going on, pales in comparison to what it used to be.
Yeah.
You could walk out when you went to the race at Daytona, let's say in 1990 something. You could spend 3 hours or so just going through the stuff outside the track and doing it. Everybody, and of course, some of it was Winston and that, but they had booths set up where you could go do things. They had cars in there you could go change tires. There were just a multitude of things you could do before you went into the racetrack. Now it's just that little couple lines of vendors and that's it. Things have just changed a lot.
Yeah. Well, Ben Kennedy's talked about getting these races back to having a bunch of stuff outside and turning them into events. So, I mean, not that it'll be stuff that huge again, but I guess they have the idea back in their mind and they're starting to try to head that direction again. So maybe it'll get back to something.
I think it would be good for the sport.
Yeah, I do
I think
too.
it would draw in people that otherwise wouldn't want to come. They go, hey,
Yeah.
wait a minute, we can take the kids. Kids can go over here and do the kids part of the NASCAR thing. You know, we can go over here.
Yeah,
We can change tires on a race car, see who's the fastest, or
yeah,
you know, we can get in this car and rev it up, or
You know, I've noticed that in the world lately, just even outside of NASCAR, there seems to be sort of I use the word renaissance, but just seems like everything when it got to like 2010 and past in the 2010s or whatever, things started to get gray and kind of boring and just less and less minimalistic, you know. And it feels like everything I see in the world now. Like I know I've been seeing a lot of videos like Burger King's really on this thing to really get back to how they were in the 90s, where they were a really good place to eat. And I know just things like that. I see just such a renaissance happening where it's like these companies want to get back to where they came from and what made them exciting and things you wanted to do in the first place and get away from just being bare bones, you know. And I think NASCAR's really starting to take that approach, and I hope it goes further into different
they always
things.
say history repeats itself.
Oh yeah, and it does.
And it's just repeating now.
It goes through cycles, you know. I think it goes through gray 1 minute, and then you'll have neon lights like the 80s. I mean, you just never know.
Yeah.
That's just how life is. But I'm glad we're finally in that point where it's turning back around, and maybe we can get some excitement back out of just NASCAR and the world in general.
what was it? Last year we went to Atlanta and you couldn't even get into the track till what 30 or 45 minutes before the race started. It wasn't it was pretty close to the start of the race before you could actually go in the track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it used to be, you know, we were.
Well, that was because of weather, wasn't
Huh?
it? Wasn't that because of weather? I think they had lightning, wasn't it?
I don't know.
I think that was a weather thing.
Still, people, you don't have people mulling around the track
Oh,
and
no.
seeing all the things. Like I say, we've been to racing before my son and I when he was younger. That we'd be sitting out there in our seats or mulling around watching out and seeing what was going on the infield or the pits or whatever several hours before the race because there was something happening out there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I know it's a race and that's what you go to see as a race, but there's something to have some entertainment value there
Yeah.
to draw the people in.
Yeah. All right. Back to the truck race. I got one more thing. I don't know how his TV stuff went or this was just on the radio, but I think it was probably on the TV because he seemed to feel it pretty passionately. But how about Honeycutt's feelings on Ross and Hocevar? And I don't like Cup drivers coming down here and racing with us because they put us in tough spots because they just have to go for the win. They don't care about the consequences of points or whatever.
All right, here you go. That argument's been around forever, right? Here's one point I don't think I've heard enough. Is that where he wants to be? Does he want to be in the truck series for the rest of his career?
Yeah. Well, no, but
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah.
So how do you prove that you can move beyond that?
Yeah.
By racing the same 25, 30 guys every week? Probably not.
You got to prove that you can race with the big boys.
And a lot of the times the big guys aren't a whole lot faster than them because some of them are down there in lesser vehicles. And of course, then they don't have a team that's been working together all year to get to that point. So it's not like they've got an advantage every time they show up. Christopher Bell certainly did.
yeah, no.
But I mean, these guys, they've worked together. Some of them worked together for quite a long time as a team to be able to develop their craft. So I don't know. They did that at a local track one time. You couldn't drop down and run a lower class, and I always thought that was the stupidest thing. I would think you want the car count, you want the good drivers,
Oh yeah.
and you want something to compare yourself to.
Yeah, and this is honestly the first time I've heard it from the fans, but I've never heard a driver in the series say that they didn't like it. I've always heard the drivers say, we love it, we like being able to see how we stack up against these
I know at
guys.
the end of the day, you think, yeah, it does take some wins away from them, but
Oh, yeah.
what's the old saying about to be the best?
It didn't take wins away from Corey Haim much.
No.
Have performing the lights
No,
are brightest.
he proved himself right. So I don't think it's a bad thing.
All right.
And it puts butts in the seat too,
Yeah.
in the stands. I mean, it really does.
Yeah.
People will show up.
If you take the full field of all the truck drivers and you have a race and nobody else is in it, I guarantee you got more people sitting up in them stands if you got a Kyle Larson, a Kyle Busch, or Ross Chastain, a Chase Elliott, or somebody else in it, especially if you strategically plan them. You put Chase Elliott in a O'Reilly's car or something in Atlanta, the people gonna be there.
Oh, yeah.
Put the right people at the right place.
Yeah.
But Colin won it Vegas.
Yeah. And that's his peeps.
Yeah.
But, think about these things. So, yeah, and it's a money-making sport. They need to make money, and the more money that the track can bring in, hopefully, the more that can wind up being in some of the teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I think that's it for all the races.
That's all I got.
The only news I got that I want to talk about this week. Do y'all have anything?
No.
Nothing really.
All right. The only thing I got, Cletus did his Rockingham test. I watched the video. My hope's there. I think he's going to be all right. So long as he can handle actually having cars around him. He seems to be all right out by himself. I don't know how it's going to change when he's got 30 cars around him, but he went out there, like he was saying, this is the first time he's ran with a team with money. They brought out 6 sets of tires for him to burn, just practicing. All the time before this one set, go run 5 laps just to make sure the car works and we're going to race. So this time he got to take out a set, just run real easy, just figuring out the feel, everything. And then start pushing it a little more. Change the set of tires, run some more, change the set, do a couple practice restarts, do a qualifying run, all these different kinds of things on all these fresh tires and worn out tires. I think he picked up about 2 seconds throughout the day. He struggled with consistency a little bit. He'd bounce anywhere from about a low 23 to a low 24, about a second. And he had this real funny moment. They gave him a brand new set of tires, and they said, we're going to put you in qualifying trim, because he'd finally figured out if he actually drove that car in the corner harder and just trusted that grip, it drove easier. When he was trying to go easy and just soft, the car wasn't working for him because he wasn't driving it hard enough or pushing it hard enough. And anyway, they put him in qualifying trim. He went out there. I mean, he's supposed to be faster, right? Yeah. Well, he went like a second slower than he did in race trim. And they brought him back in. He was like, how was it? And they're like, a 24:30. And he was like, what? He was like, well, there's no way. They were like, yeah, man, we were going to let you do a couple qualifying runs on different, like, give you this set and change your set again and let you do it on another set of brand new tires. But, you're barely even knocking dang stickers off of these tires. We're going to run this one again. So he went out there and again, he did way better that run, 23-something. So he's just got to learn that consistency and just trusting that car that's going to stick and learning how to roll in and off the throttle instead of just dumping it, the brakes. And the other thing, they were talking about putting tape over his dash to cover up his screen because it's giving him his lap times every lap. And he said it's like when you get in your car with a GPS and you're trying to race that time and beat it. And he's like, I mean, you can't be doing that, especially at Rockingham with them tires falling off. And he's chasing that time on that screen every lap, and it was hurting him, honestly. So they were talking about covering stuff like that up. But long story short, he only had one issue. He went for a little slide, did not hit anything, and the tires were 70 laps old at that point. So they were wore out, and that was it. So
I think that's a good experience for him, but at the end of the day, he would be better off if there was somebody else out there that could show him how to get around the track.
I mean, I guess people are going to laugh at this, but I mean, the dude's still in the Cup Series. They had Ty Dillon out there with him all day.
Oh, did they? Okay, I never seen anything about that.
Yeah.
Was he on the track with him?
No, but he was watching all the data. He's lifting here. And
Yeah, I'm saying put somebody out there for him to follow and learn.
I thought about that. I thought that might help, but I don't know if NASCAR would allow it.
No, I'm sure they wouldn't,
But still,
it's easier to go around the track when you first learning how to drive, and you see a good driver out there, and you can follow what he's doing.
yeah, they were just using Jesse's data. As that every time Cletus would come in, he'd look at Jesse's thing, and he's like, "Dude, he was still on the gas another 200 feet into the corner. What? There's no way. His balls are huge."
And then you drive down in there and realize, hey, it stuck better.
Yeah, and that's what he said. By the end of the day, he's like, "Dude, if I drive the car harder and trust it, it drives so much easier." So, yeah, but Ty was in there the whole day. He's honestly, I think he saved him from a couple issues a couple times because he saw Cletus. There was one run that Cletus just finally, it started clicking and he started picking up speed lap after lap after lap, and then he got a little wide one time and Tyler was like, "All right, bring it in. You're getting a little too quick now. You want to start, something's going to go wrong here soon." So they brought him in and talked about it and got him cleared back up, and he went on about the day. But yeah, so anyway, the test went good, I think, and he said he learned more about racing that day than he did in his whole life. 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Gosh, I can't wait for that.
2 weeks.
I'm still thinking about going.
There's going to be a pile of people watching that one, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
At least it's not this weekend. Yes.
Martin.
Yeah, because you're not.
Because I ain't going to be able to watch it.
Nope.
Well, I might, but I'm going to be out of town. I'm going to be in the mountains, and it's going to be hard for me to take a break to do that when we're going to be at Hollywood or whatever.
Well, it's going to be my 21st birthday, so I have no clue where I'll be.
At the
I might
racetrack.
be at Martinsville.
Might be there. Y'all go ahead and go. Like I say, I'm going to be in the mountains in Tennessee.
Yeah, well, I guess that's it though. I did forget, and I do want to see, what's the rundown on cup points now? Top 10, 15, 20, something like that.
Top 10 is
No, Reddick's got a huge lead now.
Top 10, Reddick, Blaney, Wallace, Hamlin, Elliott, Byron, Busher, Bell, Keselowski, Larson. And then, I guess to finish out, the Gibbs, Priest, Hocevar, Suarez, Van Giesberg, and then Logano is 16th.
So Joey's last in the chase after that today.
That's correct. And then first out is McDowell.
But the one I was thinking of was Shane after that 14th. He's back up to what?
15th.
15th, so he's still hanging on right there. And then Suarez is still in there, ain't he?
14th.
Hocevar's in there.
13th.
Where's McDowell? You said he's first out?
First out.
Just out.
And then, so all three of the Spire cars are in and right there on it. All three RFK cars are in very solid.
Bad Brad in ninth, man. That's freaking
And
awesome.
Busher's ahead of him.
And
Priest is
Busher.
right there with him. All
Yeah,
three
he
of
got
them.
max points
And
by that, or was that close to getting max points today? So yeah, that was
Brad?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
he's
one
but he
spot
lost
away from.
15 from that win.
Yeah, say he
300
one spot away
cars
from
are
getting
in.
max points. That's a good day.
3 of 400 cars are in the chase. I believe 3 of the Gibbs cars are in, right? Because Denny
Yeah,
Gibbs
Briscoe's out.
and
That's
Beller.
where's he at now? Like 23rd?
Briscoe is 22nd, right in front of Kyle Busch.
Yeah, so he's still creeping in on that chase. He'll get there. But is there any other notables outside of it? Like him?
Not really.
Bowman still got a shot, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Cody Ware's got a shot, man. I'm feeling it. So does BJ McLeod and all them, because they're still listed on here for some reason.
Yeah, Zillich is 33rd,
That's
so
why
there's that.
Dang. Alright, well, I guess that's it. When you coming back from Tennessee?
We'll be back Tuesday. We're just going for the weekend.
So we might have to do
We'll
one
leave
without
Saturday
you.
morning and be back Tuesday night.
Then we might have to do a show without you, I
Well,
guess.
you said they had a real good NASCAR channel up there, though, didn't you? In the mountains, didn't
Yeah,
you
I
go
mean,
up there?
we
a
got
few
it
weeks?
on at the TV at the house. So.
Huh? I'm just saying, if they got one up there, we rented a pretty nice house, maybe they got it there, maybe I will get
Oh
a
yeah, I mean,
Because
probably.
they're wanting to do a lot of other things too, hang out. It's supposed to be a real beautiful place in the mountains, some more.
Yeah, they probably.
Mother-in-law, they're wanting to hang out there a bit, so maybe I can schedule the time that they're hanging out where it's while
Yeah.
the race is going on.
Yeah, that NASCAR channel, I mean, it stays on. That's all that's on our TV 24/7. Just we leave it on whether we're home or not. And
Okay.
all of this week was just old Darlington races. They had just a bunch of cool races on this week.
There's a pond there that I'm supposed to be able to fish in, so there'll be a little bit of that while I got a few free minutes, but other than that, I'll try to make some time. I'll have it on one way or the other. I'll do Austin. If we're at Dollywood, I'm gonna have an earbud in or something. I'm catching the race. I'm not gonna miss it, but I don't think I'll be here for a podcast.
All right, well, we'll see how the extra horsepower works on a real short track for the first time this
Short
year.
and flat track.
Yeah, and
They're going to race at the hot dog stand. So
paperclip.
paperclip.
Y'all ought to really consider going. I think you would enjoy that one.
Thinking
It's
about
on my bucket list. So I'll
On the
be there
gas for
if
3
you have
seconds
to.
and off the gas.
it. Yeah.
But
So who are the picks for Martinsville? What's the question? Who do we have? Who do we think's
Bubba. Bubba's very good there.
Bubba.
And he's been invincible besides when Denny don't want him to be.
Yeah.
Reddick's actually struggled there, so if he goes out and dominates next week, now we really do have to start questioning.
Yeah.
'Cause I think he's only got like one top 10 there. Bubba. It's so Denny, he won this race last year.
Yeah.
Blaney's. I don't know where I am with Blaney right now. Yeah, I don't think he's got the speed that he did last year. He seems to be off just a little bit, but maybe him. I guess I'll be looking to see if Bell recovers. And Joey used to be good here too, so if Joey's not up there, then it's another bad sign. I don't know. Y'all want to say any picks? Or
Got any, Frank?
I'll take Denny, Chase, and Bubba.
Chase.
Chase Elliott.
Okay.
He's gonna come back to Martinsville and have some of them runs like he used to have there.
I'm gonna take Denny. I'm gonna take my short track king, Barry, my short track king. I'm gonna go out on a limb this week. I don't
That gave me an
know.
idea, thanks.
I think I'm gonna go with my short track king, Barry, and then I think, I don't know.
$1 million. Get it right.
$1 million, gosh.
Call your shot.
It's Brad week, baby. It's Brad week. I'm going.
I mean, if you bet, that probably will get you $1 million.
I'm going on Brad week. I'm 100%. So
All right. I'm going Denny, Bubba, and you made me remember short track guy,
my
Priest.
short.
Yeah.
That's not the short
Good thought,
track
good
guy I
thought,
was
yeah.
thinking of, but that is
That's a good one.
He ran top 5 there, if I remember right.
I think it was
last
somewhere
year.
up there.
So that'll be my 3. But we'll see y'all after the paper clip, and
Happy motoring.
yeah.
We'll see y'all later. Boogity, boogity, boogity.
We done racing, boys.